of something that could become much more interesting.
Oh my God! Don't tell me this.
This is a ceramic bowl into which glass pieces have been soldered.
Yes.
What you can't see here is that there's an entire band of metal underneath here, underneath each of these corners.
Oh, I can see.
Band. It's painted black now, but it was soldered.
Yes.
And they're soldered here in the middle. And there's this, which is wood. I originally wanted it to move. What I originally wanted was that it was movable, not that it moved on its own.
Yes.
But, you know, time changes. So what you can see is that inside here, I don't know if you can pick that up, but inside here there's also wires that are red
yes.
that go back toward the center. So this is a ceramic bowl with glass inside and different painted colors. And that was pretty good. That was fun, and I like that I hang it on the wall so you can see it.
Did you paint them after firing, or?
They're bisque.
Yes. Okay.
They're bisque. So you know, that one day might change.
Okay.
The issue with them still being bisque will probably horrify all the ceramics people. But the fact that they were bisque meant that at any point I could drill something into it or probably glue something to it in an easier way than I would have been able to if I had, you know, if they had been all the way fired.
Okay. Yes. Now it makes more sense to me.
They were brittle. I mean, it would be brittle.
Yes.
It would be, you know. I prefer to annoy the ceramics people than to, you know, have the technical problem.
Yes,
obviously,
I understand.
If I knew ahead of time that I was going to drill into this, you could make the hole. You could make the hole when, you know, obviously with the ceramic and then fire it and then come back.
Yes.
But
now it makes more sense to me that, you know, why the copper would adhere to.
Well, you know, on a glazed surface, the copper would probably stick better.
Yes, because it's like glass. No, but at the same time it can detach. Although the copper will stick better, it will only be adhered to the...
That's right. Yes. That's right. Well, the issue with the copper sticking to the glass is, remember that the glass edge is thin and the copper fits on both sides and also on the edge. Yes. But with the ceramic, you know, here, it only the only place that the copper can go is, you know, there's no mechanical advantage. It only has to stick completely because of the adhesive. And one of the things I found that with the adhesive, it starts to loosen when you solder it. Yes. But in normal use, like for real stained glass, because it is on all sides, even when it loosens, it hardens back again.
Exactly.
But, you know, so there were a few places where I worried a little bit about the connection. Well, nothing's fallen yet.
No, it's incredible. No, I think it's impressive, the idea you had to do it and succeed.
Yeah, it seems to work. And this is a nice bowl with painting on the outside and painting on the inside. And it's sort of like, this is the most stylized of any of the flower ideas that I've tried. And it's a ceramic piece with red balls inside. Yes.
Are these
They don't move.
Okay. No. I didn't mean this. I thought it was, you know, lemon and cherries.
It would, sure. I don't mind that. It could be. It is so far away stylized that a flower that it could easily be fruit. But it was another bowl shape that I really liked, and which seemed to suggest a flower. So you know, who knows? But that's pretty much everything. A lot of the color. Well, there's the paintings too, which are older. And in fact, these were all covered in copper.
Yes, I saw to match.
I could attach.
Yes.
I was going to attach. I was going to do other things to it, but you know.
But I thought it made a good, you know, homogeneous, you know, way to integrate everything.
It does make them look nicer. It does mean that I don't have to worry about the edges and I don't have to frame them. And I also discovered, to my surprise, that the warm color of the metal looks kind of nice.
Yes. I noticed the difference when I came in.
So.
And I thought it was more because you want to match, since you did a lot of glass and soldering.
That is also true. That was not, I mean, I had a lot of copper and I wanted to use it in a lot of things. And so, the fact, I mean, you know, they went all together basically because, you know, I had a lot of copper and I wanted to use some of it. But I do strongly recognized that I wanted to add other things to it, wire and things, which
yes, and the nice thing too is that although you say these are older and I have seen before, but they match so well with your body of work here today.
Yeah, I love that. This is the only slightly different one, which has a different colors. But I like the numbers of things, and my opinion is that it is sort of a breathless exploration of first drafts.
Wow, you're so modest.
Well, no, but I mean, you can see how a lot of these could be taken farther. But when I had the opportunity to think of things, I said, well, I could do a whole lot of pottery, which everyone has seen, or I could do new stuff, which probably no one has seen. And some of the first steps are kind of faltering, but I think it's more of what I wanted to do than than present things that look different. But
wow.
I like them.
Very impressive. If you thought that this was just first draft. Okay, so then I'll have to look forward to your next.
Yeah. A friend of mine said I should do more with this idea, and I think what he meant was that it would be part of do more with the sort of relic idea that wet clay is being encased in glass. And it may also mean I really like the paper parts, but
yes, you use it very versatilely,
I like using the paper, but all these little cutting parts and all the gluing stuff, it hurts.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go over to using a laser cutter.
Oh wow, okay.
Because I have access to some of them at MIT, and there's no need anymore for me to get hand crank cutting all the I mean all these little
yes, I can see that.
And that's what the machine does, right? It just cuts them all out. So all I have to do is design it and assemble it. So that means I have to let go of the idea I personally cut everything out, and I think that no one will care.
Yes, I don't think so either.
So that's how these might get larger. Larger blocks, larger sculptures inside, and more of them so that these become the structure. Like these are just hanging.
Yeah.
I mean, these are not
just sitting.
The thing which is sitting on the ground, exactly. But they're part of this other larger thing. And so it should be pretty interesting to see where that goes. Because I think raw clay is not something that a lot of people see.
Yes, I don't think so either.
And I'm trying to make the shapes interesting so that even if they were fired, they would still be interesting. Because I had the option of making, just clay scraps in there.
Yes.
But I wanted it to be something that looked like it was sculpted. And something very fragile too, with all these little tiny little bits. It would be very hard to keep that from breaking.
Yes.
Even after it was fired.
Yes.
So you have the idea that maybe there's this sort of plant form, some sort of some sort of rainforest mushroom which no one ever sees, and you take a photograph of it, and it only lasts a day or something like that.
Yes.
So there are these ideas that have to do with
yes, I can see it can be explored.
Sure. Natural history and things like that.
Okay.
But I like a lot of them. And it's up for a few more days.
Okay, thank you.